Hello, so here's a quick tips video on baggying. You hear this a lot on, you see this a lot on lots of hair care forums and lots of hair care sites, but people aren't always sure. I wasn't sure when I first started about a year ago about hair care what baggying was. It's a very odd term, but it basically means putting a bag, a plastic bag usually, over your hair to basically just re-moisturize it. So rather than saying deep conditioning where you put a plastic cap on your head and sit underneath heat or you leave it in for the night, this is basically just putting either a shower cap or a sandwich bag over your hair, and you can either put it over, say you have a bun or a ponytail and then you put this over it. You can put a ponytail and put a roller on the ponytail, a nice magnetic roller, and then put this around it. That also works. And just leave it in for about an hour. And basically what you do is, it basically re-moisturizes your hair. It uses your own head's body heat to kind of bring out, help the hair heat up. And when you put in deep conditioners and put heat, what it does is it opens up the cuticle, and then your hair can absorb more of whatever conditioner you've got in it, and then, you take it off and your hair dries again and your cuticles close. But your hair gets more moisture that way when you put a bit of heat on it. So baggying is basically the same concept. You just put in your moisturizer that you're going to use, usually, I use my leave-in liquid mayo by Organics, or you can use your long-term relationships, or anything you use for moisturizing your hair, water, rose water, glycerin spritz, for instance. You put that on your hair, and then you put your plastic bag over it. So you can either baggy your whole head, so you can put your shower cap all over your head, or just over a bun at the back of your head. And basically that is targeting the ends, whilst this targets the whole hair. You moisturize your whole head. So basically your body heat, whilst the cap is on for that hour or two, your body heat will be trapped by that plastic cap, so it basically reflects back on itself. And that will open up the cuticles of your hair. As the heat goes up, your cuticles open, they absorb more of the moisture from whatever leave-in or moisturizer you put in, and then you take off the baggie, cuticles close, and your hair dries, and the moisture that you put in is in there to stay. Then you can seal in that moisture with a bit of oil, so a natural oil like jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, coconut oil, my favorite virgin olive oil is a good one, castor oil, that's a good one as well. You'd be surprised, but it is good. So you can just then put a little bit of the oil in your fingers and then just put it on the bun or the ponytail you just used, or all over your hair again, and then just leave it to go. Basically, by sealing in the moisture, what you do by putting on the oil, you basically prevent the hair from losing that moisture. It's on some oil, and that will basically form an oil layer barrier to stop the moisture from leaving as quickly. But your hair does get dry, it dries up, it dries back out after a while because of the exposure to the air and the elements. But you just slowed it down. But yeah, baggying just basically is like, it's not a substitute for deep conditioning, because deep conditioning has other things that it gives you. Deep conditioners can have protein in them that baggying will not have. But it just is another way to let your moisture go further. So that's how you baggy. Hope that helped.